Hey everyone, welcome back to our web development series. In today's module, we are diving into one of the most important skills in front-end development, that is making websites responsive. That's right. No one likes zooming and scrolling left and right on website that doesn't fit their screens. And guess what? Google doesn't like it either. In this video, I will explain what is responsive design, why you need it, how to use media queries and the Flexbox, all these things. So at last, we will build a super simple, clean, responsive website project together. So grab your laptop and open VS Code. Let's rock it. What is responsive design? So first thing is what even is responsive web design means. It's a design technique where your website automatically adjusts its layout, font size, images, and elements based on the user's screen size. So when they open your website on a mobile, laptop, tablet, it still looks great and works smoothly. Example: imagine visiting an Amazon. See how it stacks menus differently on your phone compared to your laptop? That's a responsive. So why it is important? Now you might ask, why should I care? More than 65% of global web traffic happens on mobile devices only. And if your site isn't mobile friendly, people bounce, and when you people bounce, your SEO ranks drop. Mobile friendly is equal to better UX and better Google ranking. A fun fact is Google made mobile friendliness a ranking factor in 2015. So, okay, let's meet our new friend in responsive web design is CSS media queries. They let you apply different styles at different screen widths, like make text larger on desktop and slightly smaller on mobile devices. So for this, we will write the code like okay, just take a file. So suppose this is a CSS file. First, we need to give the media screen. Here within the brackets, we need to give the max width is to some pixels. I am giving 70 pixel, 700 pixel. So within this pixel, this media query, we need to write our properties regarding the elements. Suppose I had a h1 element, then we put the h1 tag and represent the properties. So this says the screen width is 700 pixel or less. Apply this new font size for h1 tags. So for tablets, it is 700 pixel is enough. For phones, 480 pixel is enough. I think we can choose the devices and its sizes in Chrome inspect. When we inspect the Chrome, we can see there is a dimension responsive. Here we will have some mobile companies like Samsung, Pixel, iPhone. These are all the some companies we have in mobile devices. If you don't need it, just click on responsive. If you click Samsung, it will set to the Samsung width and height. If you click responsive, you can change. So generally mobile has 400 pixel or less and tablets has 700 pixel or less. So this is how we see the responsive in mobile laptop. So thereafter, let's see about Flexbox. Let's quickly recap Flexbox. It is a CSS layout mode and made for 1D layouts, row or column. So some key properties are there. Those are like display flex, which activates the flex box. Justify content, which aligns items horizontally. Align items. Aligns item vertically. Flex wrap. It lets the items move to next line if needed. So this is the quick recap for the Flexbox and just see the same one example like display flex, and we will give the content as center. It is about the horizontal. So flex wrap wrap. It means when item is need to move to the next line, it should happen when we give the wrap. So that is the use of flex wrap. And you can fix Flexbox with the media queries to adjust the layouts. Next, let's see how grid was used. The grid is a 2D layout. It is used for both rows and columns. Here we have display grid, which turns a container into a grid. Grid template columns sets number of columns. Gap. It is generally like a spacing between grid items. For this, we will write the code like grid display grid and grid template columns one for one for gap is fills the gap between the items. So this is how we use the grid, and you can use this grid within the media query. Then so okay, now time to build a simple mobile friendly website with a navbar, hero section, about section and footer and something like this. So let's take a file like index sorry index.html. So this is style.css. We have index.html. Just take the html structure. So within this structure I'm going to give one div tag, naming it as my website. So I will take a class name like navbar, and it is a hero section. Let's make the class name as hero, like this, about and footer. About. So this is the HTML structure we have taken for a beginner, and it is just for the practicing purpose. Now let's take style.css, and I'm going to write the properties like margin 0, font family. Okay. Next navbar, comma dot footer. So I'm going to take the backgrounds as uh, background color gray type color, and text color as white is enough I think, and padding let's give 20 pixel, and align the text in center, and we need to link this document to HTML document. Link rel is equal to style sheet, href is equal to style.cs. Let's see the output. So let's write for hero and about also. I'm going to write the properties for hero. Padding, let it be 80 pixel, or text align center, color may be white, and take the font size as 20 pixel or 30 pixel. So then write for about also. Take background, same properties what we take. Next, just change the background color for about just to specify the difference. F4. I'm taking white color, and padding maybe not that much needed, 60 pixel. Just go to a website and see the output, then take the values. It is very difficult to write the code without seeing the output in development. Just thoroughly check your output and then come back to your code, then modify it. That's the right process. Think for about, I'm taking 20 pixel. Okay, I think it's enough for beginner purpose, and I'm going to. So let's see how it will be in responsive. It is not that much responsive and not that much clearable in web mobile devices. So I'm going to write media queries to make it responsive. Media max width. Let's take 72 pixel. Within this query, media query, I'm going to take hero section. Hero class, I'm going to decrease the padding, which is might be 40 pixel, and font size maybe 22 pixel. Let's check for hero. So as we see, difference was there between, as we compare to previous one. So it was very big and not that much attractive. So I just use it to decrease the size and padding in hero section. Then to fit to the screen what we have in the responsive. So like this we can make for the about also. About, I'm decreasing padding 30 pixel, and font size maybe 18 pixel. Then let's see output. Okay, so this is how we will do the responsive in web development. It is very important, and we should do responsive for every website to make it usable to every user. So most of the user are on the mobile devices only. And now let's make our navbar responsive too. So I'm going to take navbar section here, and in navbar I'm going to give an OL tag. Within this OL I have li, it would be home, and another li be about, and another li hero, anything just for practicing purpose. Okay, so let's make it for and it is for laptop, and we're going to modify it now. Go to the CSS file, and in navbar we have the OL. In OL we're going to give the display Flexbox. So the we get them as horizontal, and I'm going to give justify content space between. When we give the space between, it will get the space one item to one item equally between the space. When we give evenly, takes the space between items evenly, and that means we have the sequence of items in in a horizontal manner. So let's take some more elements. Okay, I'm going to remove dots, ma'am. Okay, so this is in the laptop, and now I want this in a responsive manner in devices of mobile. So for this we need to go to this media query and dot navbar. Within this navbar we have OL. Within this OL we need to give the flex direction column. So we get the flex direction as column. So that means the elements which are in horizontal came vertical along the vertical. So then after give the gap some 10 pixel. So there is some gap between them. We need to add a toggle button to make it responsive in mobile devices, and I'm going to give the toggle button in a navbar here. Okay, just take another div tag and write toggle button and hash 9776 column. Let's see. So we get the menu bar icon. So this is what we have in toggle as toggle button, and give the class name as menu icon. Menu icon. So here when we click this button, there should be a action like toggle menu. I'm taking a function and we will use it as JavaScript, and take the script button, script tag. Within the script tag we need to do the function toggle menu, and within this function we need to take the document.element by id. Our id is now take nav list. We will give it as nav list. So here OL class name is nav list, and this nav list need to display when we click the button. That's for that one we need to dot class list dot toggle of show. So then our function is clear. We need to just check it in output, and here we need to add the CSS properties in CSS file regarding this display. Go to CSS file, and in navbar uh, in OL navbar OL we have the gap. Go to query section and give it like display none, and width 100%. Then background color as gray only. Position be absolute. From top take 60 pixel. Left to be 0 and the gap should be 0 because we are taking some padding after. Okay. Now previously we used show for nav list. So take navbar. Within this wire we have the show dot show class. So Then after we need to give it as display flex. And next in navbar OL we need to give some padding like 0 because it takes default padding sometimes. And take the gap like 20 pixel. Display flex right. And in navbar let's take the position as relative. Okay, so let's check it in laptop. So in laptop we get the list items and we go it into this. We are not getting the output because null properties. When we click this button, cannot read properties of null. Let's check it the error. Correct toggle menu, nav list. These are also correct. Class list toggle show. All the things are right. Well ID class. Sorry, it is ID because we described it as class and taking the element as get element by ID. So that's why we get the error. So we get the output. This is the process of using responsive design for navbar in CSS and HTML. So this is very basic and we didn't get the transition and smooth transitions also. If you if you add the animations and transitions, it will be very effective and attractive when we give using mobile devices. And this navbar is very basic in mobile web responsive. So we can do it for tablets and many other devices which are not in proper screen widths. So this is the process of using the responsive design in web development. And so for checking to test the output, open Chrome, right click and inspect, click on the device icon and try iPhone or iPad. Watch how the layout changes beautifully. That's responsive done, right? So and that's wrap on Module 6 responsive web design. Today why you learned why web responsive matters and how to use media queries, quick Flexbox and grid recap, how to build a mobile friendly website project. If you enjoyed this, please like and comment your thoughts and subscribe. In Module 7, we will take this site live using GitHub and pages and Netlify. Don't miss it. Hit the bell icon. So, signing off. See you in the next one. Stay tuned and more bits of knowledge on your way.